Welcome to the syllabus video. We want to share a little bit about the syllabus at the very beginning of the quarter. It's going to feel a little overwhelming today. We know it is. We want to focus on some of the most important parts of the syllabus, and then I'd recommend you go through and read that syllabus again, maybe a week into the quarter. Once you're more familiar with how you navigate the course, a lot more of the syllabus is going to make sense. So you need to make sure you understand who your instructor is, find out where their office is, and what their email address is. It's really important to stay in communication with your instructor throughout the whole quarter. The textbook for this course is actually a workbook. It's called the Emporium Model Math Courses Workbook. You can get this in the bookstore. It's the book with the blue cover. You're also required to bring your own MP3 headset. We do have a few loaner headsets, but they're kind of old, so I'd recommend you bring your own. A calculator is required for this course. You can check them out in the STEM Center, but it's always a good idea to have your own. That way you don't have to check it out every day. If you don't have this calculator, you're not supposed to be bringing a multi-view or a graphing calculator or any other type of calculator in. Let's talk a little bit about attendance. Attendance is by far the most important part of this course. So here is how it's broken down. If you are absent 4 days in a row or 4 days cumulatively, you will be required to at minimum complete 4 units. For every additional absence, you will be required to complete 1 more unit to pass the class. This is extremely important to understand. Poor attendance almost always results in failing the class. If you're not in class every day, you will not have all the resources available to you. We have created this course so that you are as successful as possible, but you have to come to class. If you do not come to class, you most likely will not pass this class. So this is how it's set up. For each day, you want to make sure that you've completed 1 homework assignment. That means that there's usually about 4 to 6 videos to watch each day and practice problems to go with that before you hit a review section, which is your homework section for the day. All the video work and the practice problems is recorded in a workbook, and all the homework problems are done on your own scratch paper. Since this is a 5-credit course, it means you're expected to spend between 8 and 16 hours outside of class per week, and that is the low end of time spent on this course. Usually it takes more like 20 hours or more to complete the homework and the material for this course. So here's some resources for you. The STEM Center is available. It's right through the doors to the Emporium Lab. And the STEM Center is open 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. We're also open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Friday and 3 to 8 p.m. on Sunday. It's part of your student fees, and so it's really important that you take advantage of that resource. So occasionally a student won't pass a class. Notice that if you do not complete the course and receive a pass for the course, your work will be deleted between quarters. This means you'll have to start over where you started this quarter. So once again, it's important to come to class and get that help you need so that this is not a scenario you end up in. Please make sure that you never bring cell phones or anything that can go online into the classroom. If there is an emergency call that you're expecting, please put your phone on vibrate and respectfully leave the classroom so that you can take the call outside and you do not disrupt the other people in the class. Emporium model is very specific. It's broken down right here. Please take a few minutes to see how this course is set up. Notice that you will not be able to move on to the next video unless you get 100% on the 2 practice problems. The next video will then pop up and you'll be able to get through all those videos and then do a homework section. When you've completed the homework section, you know you're done with your work for the day. After working through all the lessons, you'll complete a practice review. This is going to go over all the different content that you've learned in the unit. So if you get to the end of Unit 1, if you can get an 80 or a 90% on this practice or a review, then you're actually going to probably do quite well on the test itself. Please note that during your homework sections, you'll get 3 tries to reattempt a problem before you need to refresh your problem. However, on the review and practice test, you will be required to complete that question correctly with only 2 reattempts. When you've completed your practice test, you'll be able to take your test and you'll need to get 75% on all your homework, your practice test, your workbook, and the test itself. Cumulatively, you will need to receive a 75% to pass the unit. There are 6 units in each class. Please grab your minimum pace calendar that was handed out to you today. You'll need to review that and see how you can stay on pace to complete the course. This is not a self-paced course. This is a minimum paced course. Please note the pre-tests are available if you feel like you were incorrectly placed into this course. The pre-test allows you to identify the areas in which you are still struggling. Please ask your instructor if you can take the pre-test and go over it before you start a unit. This will allow you to skip content that you're very clear on understanding, but allows you to work more slowly on the content you don't quite understand. Make sure your name is on your paperwork and that you clearly mark your problems on your test. If you turn in a test or homework without a name on it, it will not be graded and it will be thrown away. That we do have accommodations for students with disabilities, and you need to let your instructor know about this within the first week of classes. We also have contact information for disability student services. Remember, attendance is a huge part of your success in this course, and we recommend that you never skip class unless it is an absolute emergency. For technical support, you need to first let your instructor know that you're having issues with your technology, and then contact technical support at Big Bend. It's Big Bend Technology at 2206 from campus, and you can see the phone number right here if you need to contact them off campus. Here is how you'll enroll in the next unit each time you get through a unit, and these are the steps to follow for that. If you have any questions, make sure you talk to your instructor, and I wish you the best of luck this quarter.